Welcome back, viewers, listeners. So we forgot to mention Luna Maria's EP is coming out May 2019, and we're also
It's called Soul on a Mission. Don't forget.
Yep, Soul on a Mission.
Check it out. Soul on a Mission.
Yep.
make
Check
sure
it
to
out on Instagram at Luna.
Sounds interesting.
also SoundCloud. We're here with our guest Chelsea Williams for our roundtable discussion, and I'm pretty sure all you guys already heard about it or seen the allegations about Michael Jackson leaving Neverland documentary. So what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think he did it?
I don't know, bro. I'm kind of like stuck in the middle because it takes a lot for a person to come out to claims like that. But then again, after all this time, you know what I mean? So like I'm kind of stuck in the middle. It's just a lot of shit that's been happening where they've been ruining black men's legacies, like Bill
Right.
Cosby and
R.
R. Kelly, like the last person that we. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. I do believe Bill Cosby did what he did.
Okay,
But
good.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, after all this time, though, like, why are you gonna put a fucking 80-year-old man in prison?
I think Michael Jackson did it. That's the
Right.
bottom line.
Facts.
Yeah, these guys. This is so many stories. There's so many stories coming out about this guy, and my opinion is these guys are coming out now because they were probably promised something and
They was getting paid
never
hush
got
money.
it.
They was getting
Exactly.
paid hush money. Now that he's dead, it's like,
it's
but
over with.
That's the interesting thing to me, though, is that
I mean, it doesn't kill the fact that he did what he did.
no, for sure. And that life is very complicated. We as humans are very complicated beings. Sometimes we do stuff expecting things and not really trying to say too much about what we're getting involved in because we think we're still getting something out of it, and then we don't get what we want out of it. So all of a sudden we start yapping and we add stuff to make it better. I think in our legal system, we still have a legal system in this country. And the second you say something in court, it's kind of hard to go against what you said. So the fact that they
A very flawed legal system at that.
no, for sure, it's still what we got.
Yeah.
And they came out defending him in the past. So I think that's for me.
Yeah.
That's what makes it a little bit difficult.
But even if he did it or not, you don't think it's a little weird for a guy his age to be hanging around with kids?
Of course.
Okay, he didn't have a childhood. That's the excuse that they gave us, but that's not normal.
No,
Yeah, but he wasn't a normal guy. Even his
There was a
peers-
documentary. Before this documentary, they showed him shopping, they showed his house and all that, and then he was sitting with a kid, holding hands with a kid, and the interviewer asked him, they were asking questions, and then the kid said, so Michael asked me to get on his bed, and he was like, if you love me, you get on my bed, you sleep on my bed with me, and the kid said, oh man, so I got on the bed with him.
If he said, "Oh man, it happened before,"
Yeah, when he said, "Oh man," he said, "Oh man, I know what time it
I know
is."
what it
it's about that time.
Yeah.
KY.
Damn,
I'm gonna jump
bro.
in. So this is Chelsea, but I 100% think that he's guilty. And to be honest, I feel like, back when he went to trial, I don't even remember what year that was. I feel like I was super young. I was maybe like in my early teens or something. He thought it was true back then too. And then he got acquitted. I still thought it was true. And I just thought, like, as a society, we were kind of like, we love him.
MJ.
Right, it's
Yeah,
MJ. It was
the
kind of
music.
like one of those awkward moments where you're like, and I think obviously that's not okay. But I thought everybody was on the same page that this dude was a creep. And then he died, and then we tried to forget he was a creep. So when these new allegations came up, I was just like, yeah, this is true. Whether or not the dudes that are accusing him, want to get money out of it, I mean, that's their right.
One of the guys is like
that's beside the point.
Yeah.
One of the guys is a choreographer. He done choreography
I
for
remember him.
For NSYNC.
Do
Britney
you remember
Spears.
Save the Last Dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
one of the judges,
was,
right?
He was in the movie.
He
I remember him
is-
so vividly.
He don't need money. He doesn't need money.
So
So,
yeah,
no,
It's like he's.
Oh, not
shit.
Save the Last Dance. What is it? You got served. My bad.
it just really happened to him. This really
Yes,
happened
it
to him.
He was in also So You Think You Could Dance. I think he was one of the judges.
Yeah, he was. I remember him. He was pretty famous back in the day.
I mean, I also think
It takes a lot.
my mind always goes to politics, just because that's the frame of my background. And just the timing of this is even with the R. Kelly, right? That's
It was
our-
just
our
back
next
to back.
topic. Like, it's just interesting how all these things come out when you have, allegations against Trump about all kinds of things, nothing was brought up. I think we talked about this the other day about the grab him by the you know what tape that NBC had all those years, except they waited for him to run for president and then release the show because it's business. It's music is a business, and these people hold these kinds of things.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it not true.
No, for sure.
So it's
I
like-
agree.
Mhm.
Right, I definitely agree with that. I just feel like now people are starting to realize that it's easier to have a voice
Mhm.
because like social media is so big. For example,
That's a fact.
look, they're making documentaries out of literally everything now. Like everything that people used to hide, they have a documentary about it nowadays. So I feel like now people are taking advantage of the fact that it's so easy to have a voice, and everybody is coming out and saying like, "This is true. This is what happened."
Yeah, but it's a
So-and-so
little
did this.
dangerous.
But it's dangerous because then you don't really know who's
You got fake
lying and
news.
Yeah.
who's telling the truth, right? And I feel like some of it has some truth to it, and some of it doesn't. Obviously, Michael Jackson was a weirdo. Like, homie had a whole damn zoo in his house. Like, come on, bro. Like, so like your house smells like a zoo. So I'm pretty sure, like, he was a weirdo.
And that kind of reminds me too. I think last show we talked about having an episode on mental health,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I think that a lot. I mean, R. Kelly. I told you guys about like R. Kelly has a Christmas tree in his house that his mother put up like in 1992.
So let's get
I
into
saw that, right?
let's get
And
into
you
the
know
next
what?
one.
Let's
First
just
of
get
all-
into R. Kelly.
Oh, yeah,
I guess.
just to talk about even when Michael Jackson had an interesting relationship with his father, right? Like, and who knows what they went through as kids, and then you have all this trauma and you kind of push it forward into somebody else.
Right.
It's
That's
just snowballs.
something that we don't really. I guess the court system doesn't take into consideration.
They don't
Sometimes they
acknowledge
do.
it.
You gotta
Yeah.
Right.
claim insanity and go through that, but.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And, a lot of these people who are like that has to do with something that happened in their childhood. Like, your childhood is so essential for your character development, and people don't understand that. And it's so sad because, especially the kids from, minorities, like, they have to deal with so much, like, crap when they're little, and all that stuff gets suppressed. And when they get older, like, it comes out to all these issues, and they're just a shitty human.
For sure.
Like R. Kelly is a shitty
Like
human.
R. Kelly.
And when he
Yeah,
was
she wants
little,
to get
he
into R.
was
Kelly. She
He's a
wants
shitty human.
when he was little, he was abused and all of that by his sister and all this other stuff,
R.
and by
Kelly
some
was?
other dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By some woman,
So-
right?
Right. It was
Mhm.
his sister.
I didn't know.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
I
saw
think
the.
it was
I
his
didn't- I
uncle
didn't know that,
also.
bro.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the
A guy and a
Breakfast Club
female.
interview with D.L. Hughley and Charlamagne the God were talking about how they were sexually abused by women when they were younger?
Yeah.
But they didn't think of it as sexual
Sexual
abuse.
abuse.
They
Right.
thought
They
of
were
it as
men.
like, I'm having a good time.
Right.
Right.
I think one of them, I don't know if it was Charlamagne, was
They don't know better at that
at
age.
like
Yeah.
5-8 years old. We're getting like head from grown women, like
And
Yo,
that's really creepy.
it's interesting.
Mhm.
It's just and then with R. Kelly, you have.
You wish that was you?
It's just interesting how
Pause.
humanity. It's interesting how
Lil
humanity
Wayne.
and before cell phones, these things were happening on the regular. Now it's just
Right.
like you were saying earlier. Now
Now everything is just coming to light.
People feel more
Now
free to
we
have a
talk
voice
about
now.
it.
Yeah.
Like R. Kelly had the big camcorder at that time. Not even the.
Yeah,
What?
like I have
He
no
recorded
doubt
the-
in my
the
mind
video.
that R.
Just-
Kelly did
Right.
everything.
Wait,
and,
what?
and R. Kelly, he's like brainwashing people. Like he has those 2 girls now.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
just watching that.
That's
was
not
so sad.
brainwash.
What is it? Tell
That's-
me what it is.
What is money washing?
What is it, bro?
Yeah, there you go.
But that's the
Money
number one.
talks.
That's the one thing
That's
it
the way
takes
to
to
brainwash.
brainwash somebody is money.
There's
No.
a whole bunch of ways
You
to
cannot
If they don't
watch
like, if they don't like what,
girls.
if they don't like what that's happening to them, they could just walk away from the
You don't know.
situation.
That's
right?
crazy
You don't know
because
what
we
that
say
is.
that all the time, right? People are like, "Oh, if you're in an abusive relationship, why don't you just walk away?" Come on, we know that it's
No.
more complicated than that.
Yeah, love
So
is a
there
strong
may
thing.
not, he might not be physically abusing them, but he is mentally abusing them,
Yeah.
emotionally manipulating them.
Yeah.
They're like 21, 22 years old.
Exactly.
These are babies.
He's 50
This
something.
dude is like 50
Right.
something,
Yeah,
And I
right?
mean,
They
think
think
about
they
it,
know.
right?
He know.
They think
Think
know.
about it. If you're in a
He know how to
relationship
play
with
games.
someone and they taking care of you and you
That's a
going here and there and all that stuff,
You
then you're
stupid.
thinking like, where am I gonna go from here? Like,
Right.
where do I go? Like,
That's
they
true.
haven't seen their parents for so long. Now all of a sudden, I'm gonna come back with my tail between my legs. Like, Mama, can you take me back home? Like, my mom would smack my
Got me.
ass.
They
Yeah.
refused it though. Their parents actually went to R.
Right,
Kelly's house.
right. And then they said
Yeah.
all that stuff about their parents, but
Yeah.
that stuff is crazy. Like,
But did y'all see what was it, like 3-part documentary?
I only
Yeah.
saw 2 parts of it.
I saw everything, all of it, because like them 2 women aren't the only women that have obviously gone
No,
through
that's
this, right?
not-
So
that's
so
the
many of
recent-
the
that's the
women,
recent,
right,
yeah.
are showing. Like I remember one woman in the documentary was like, they went back to like the old house, and she was like getting chills, like thinking about the things that happened in these rooms.
Oh yeah.
We don't know how he's abusing
Yeah.
these people. If you could pee on a 14-year-old girl on tape, Lord knows what the hell else he's been doing to these women all these years. Like.
And what they're saying is true, that he has them locked up in a basement that
Right.
they
What's that
can't
artist's
eat until
name?
he
That
says
died on the
that
plane
you know
that she
they
used
can
to be
eat.
That's abuse.
So
Leah.
right, exactly.
Yeah, right.
So if somebody's telling me to go on TV and lie, unless I get kicked back in the basement, don't get fed for like a couple of weeks, I'll probably be like, no, you know,
Take
we
it
good,
back.
we good. I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Yeah, so I just asked Eno about wasn't he with Aaliyah, right? He was with Aaliyah back then.
He
And
married
was,
her.
And she was
Married her,
underage.
right.
She's
Yeah.
15. He
Exactly.
was 30 or
Before
whatever.
his documents.
And because
and
she
all
was
that.
famous, it was right?
No,
No,
they
definitely
No,
not.
but it was a different time, and the music industry turned a blind eye.
That's not right.
Yeah, you know, I
Kind of
feel
like how he did with Michael Jackson.
Right. I feel like when it comes to money, money is the root of all evil. So people who have a lot of money tend to get away with a lot of different things, you know,
True.
because it's easier to buy lawyers and all this stuff. So usually, and especially if you're the money machine and people are making what off of you and you're doing something
protect
wrong,
you.
they're gonna protect you. Why? Because you're making the money.
Facts.
They're not gonna lose you.
Because it's their food on the table too.
Exactly.
Right. Which means we need to lock up R. Kelly. We need to lock up the people that enabled him. All of them. Because he wasn't doing it by himself.
And that to me is the scariest.
Yeah, that's the worst
That's-
part.
yeah.
Right. It's like your
Yeah,
managers
yeah.
and whoever else that were in the
Yeah.
house or in
Allowed
in the
it to
studio.
The Michael Cohens that were going out there paying for the girls to
Facts.
shutting the girls up. That's the people that you
Right.
gotta really go after too.
And then
you
it's
know?
so sad that it's really been under our nose for this whole time.
The
Like,
power of music.
right,
He was
like,
hot.
It's just crazy. It's not even music. It's just the power of money in general.
This is happening to girls all over the world.
But it's like, who I think it was you, James, that was saying the other day about or was Hannah about Mayor De Blasio was listening to.
Oh,
Album
yeah.
Live.
Oh, yeah, he got in
Yeah.
trouble. They was not feeling it.
Yo,
He
but
was,
He was
it's-
at
slapping
church
his
too.
arms.
Well, look, I have my feelings about the man.
Oh, there was
Yo,
a
he's
funny
always
ass-
getting caught
De
up, man.
Blasio.
You know
I feel
what's,
sorry
you know
for
what's
that
crazy?
guy.
I walked into the laundromat the other day, and they got remix to Ignition on.
For
And I'm
real?
like, it's hard to
In a
escape.
laundromat?
It's hard to escape R. Kelly's music. It's hard
It really
to
is.
forget about MJ. Like
That's
MJ
a
is a
different
different whole.
conversation.
You know, it's two artists that
It's
are
the
gonna
king
be
of
very
pop.
difficult to.
And the king of R&B, because think about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, how many songs?
He's
like,
a great
R. Kelly
artist.
has made, like,
Facts.
wedding music,
Even
like,
the victims were
music
saying
for
that.
church, music
We probably
for
got a whole
graduations,
generation that was
like,
made with his music,
You got
Right.
birthday
Right.
songs, all types of shit.
and MJ for that matter.
For real.
Nobody's really smashing at MJ. Come on.
You never know.
You'd
Back
be
people back in the
surprised.
days.
What?
It's a war.
People back in the days, they was probably
Beat
smashing
it.
a Thriller.
It's
You
not
got
that many
people-
songs.
You got
Beat
people
it.
on Halloween.
Fucking
Halloween
shit.
babies.
Criminal and all of that.
Word.
This is you.
There's a smashing to beat it. That's crazy.
Uh-oh.
Yo,
Yo,
nah,
for those of us that are listeners, for those of our listeners that are parents, we got James want to talk to us. Jay Styles, I keep calling you by your government name. I'm spoiled,
it's
bro.
okay. J Styles.
J Styles.
Whatever.
Want to talk to us a little bit about us, something
Yeah.
to just be aware about.
I'm gonna talk to you about the Momo scare that's been happening because I have children, and a lot of people have children, and it's a big concern. So recently, on YouTube, there's been a Momo scare. For a lot of you people who don't know who Momo is, it's a made up character by a hacker. Your kids will be watching a video, Peppa Pig, Paw Patrol, whatever it is they watch, whatever they like, and a hacker will just cut the video, and you'll see a picture of a scary person, and that person will tell your kids, if you don't do what I ask you, I'm gonna kill your parents. It'll tell the kids to stick a fork in the socket, slit your wrist, kill yourself, and if you don't do it, I'm gonna kill your parents. Kids at that age are very impressionable, and they love their parents, and they would do it. So this is a big thing. Like, you need to supervise your kids and make sure you know what they're watching at all times, because that's very sad. Like, you're in the next room and you go in the room, you left your kids there watching TV, watching YouTube. Oh, he's fine. You go in there and your kid's dead off of a fucking low life person who made a fucking video on YouTube.
That's
that you thought was
it's
safe.
one of the like disadvantages of
Of
technology.
technology,
You know, like
mhm,
now
yeah.
anybody can access your child through their iPad, their cell phone. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, but you know, like for example, YouTube right now, I could go put on a video with somebody's song on it, and YouTube in like less than 0.5 minutes,
They'll
like
take the video.
YouTube takes it down. Like, what's wrong with you, YouTube? Y'all looking at the wrong things. Like,
No,
don't
but-
worry about what song I'm
Yeah,
posting. Worry about all these
copyrights.
weird ass videos.
That's what I said, but it's a hacker.
Like that's
It's
some
not
weird
like the
stuff.
But
videos.
is he
on
hacking
there.
like live videos? Because you know
He's
you can go to, like,
hacking.
YouTube
He's hacking while the kid is watching. He'll just
Oh.
cut the feed
and
So
flip
it's
probably
not like
hacked
a
the
video that
product
I'm going
that's
to
click
on there.
on.
No, it's your kid's watching a regular video that he watched yesterday, and the shit will just pop up.
Have you guys seen the meme of like
That's
this-
scary.
See, that's
Yeah.
scary.
You know how-
that's
Yeah.
that's
You know,
not-
like in Scooby Doo when they take off the mask.
The
and
mask,
You
yeah.
saw the meme when it was like under the Momo, it was Donald Trump. Like,
Oh my god.
he's trying to distract from Russia.
Have you heard about this though? You heard about the Momo shit?
I didn't. You said in the
You
beginning I
told
had to
me
Google
about
it.
Yeah,
I was like, what is
definitely heard
this?
about
Yeah.
that.
So you've seen the
I'm
face.
sure you've seen the
person.
face
Yeah,
of
no,
Momo.
just right now
The
though.
face is
Yeah.
creepy.
You seen
Yeah,
it?
it's a
Yeah,
creepy
yeah.
face.
It's creepy as
Yeah.
There's
hell.
like a whole background
Let me
story to the
Google that.
person and all that. It's crazy.
That's scary.
Right.
Google
Because
that for me real
there's
quick.
this thing on YouTube called Creepypasta.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they do like little short scary stories and stuff like that. There's a scary story pertaining to
Oh,
that.
it is,
Momo.
it is
To
scary.
Momo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
that's fucking
What's
scary.
the
That's
worst
some
part is
Beetlejuice
that
shit.
YouTube created a whole different like subsidiary called YouTube Kids specifically for kids, and that's where they're targeting.
That's what they're
not
targeting.
targeting YouTube
Oh,
where
wow.
there's like
Adults,
parental.
because we're not as impressionable as
Right.
the kid. You know, we're not gonna be like, we're gonna look at him like, what the fuck is this? You know,
You
like,
see, we're living in a scary world. Like,
yeah, and this era is like nothing but
And then we had
technology.
this suggestion the other day. I think Heno brought up. We were kind of like practicing for today, and Heno's point, which I was surprised with.
Did you make a good point?
No, not that he never makes good points, but the point was a very good point, and I was surprised that he made that point because I would have made it, and you would think that I'd be the one to make that.
Let's
point.
get to the
Okay,
point.
let's get to the
point.
right, right.
This is why we need to be pushing books to kids instead of
Oh,
pushing.
oh,
iPads
yeah.
in
Agree.
front of them.
Agree.
Yeah, you
And
I definitely agree. You know the thing is now.
You're welcome.
Back in the day when
it was you.
I'm taking the
I was
credit.
taking the credit.
I'm
I didn't say
taking the credit.
no wonder you were surprised it wasn't from him at all.
Damn.
so look, like back in the day when
I'm taking
our
my
parents
mic
had
back.
kids, there was somebody who took their time to take care of the kids. You understand? Nowadays, parents are having kids and going right back to work. So now, when the kids are restless and they're over here crying and
They
stuff
were
like
like
that,
that.
you just push the iPad to
Exactly.
them because
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
it calms them down so quick because all the pictures and everything is brainwashing these children.
Facts.
So you rather just give them the phone and stuff like that, but you don't understand that that's also hurting them more because and they're turning into spoiled brats because they're
Mhm.
realizing
Mm-hmm.
as soon as they throw the tantrum,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
get
get the
that.
phone and they're gonna get the iPad. So what they're gonna do? Throw the tantrum.
You know how
And
they
you're
have.
gonna continue giving it to them because you're phoning for it now. You're gonna have some spoiled ass kids.
Facts.
You know
Talking
how they
back
have
to
like
you and all of that.
No Shade November? We should probably like create a month where it's like no iPad
No,
March
yeah.
or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just because
It's
like
like,
it's so
Live
weird.
like the
how
Amish
kids-
for a month.
Huh?
Live
I'm
like the
not-
Amish
I'm
for
not
a
doing
month.
that.
It's like just iPads. Like you can keep everything else, just take away the iPad.
Well, I know like the Hasidic.
That means you
Hasidic
walk into
Jewish
work.
community,
Yo.
during
Right.
like Sabbath, Saturday, they're not allowed to. Well, I think normally they're not even allowed to like touch elevators or nothing like that. But
Yeah, like
No.
really orthodox,
They can't,
Orthodox
they can't
Jewish
turn
people.
their lights on or
Yeah.
something like that. They pay people to come inside and turn their lights on.
or they
What?
recreate
Bro.
their
Yeah.
appliances so that they don't have to touch.
Touch
They're not
it.
allowed to touch modern things.
But I know, but back then they used to do that. Like, you in your house, you need to turn the light on, then run outside. Like, yo, I'll give you $20, turn my light on right now.
That was his hustle growing up. he could
Word.
go to Best Buy and be
I
like,
don't know from experience.
Can I light your light?
I'm just saying. You need your lights turned on?
Yo, for the last part of this segment, we just wanted Hannah wanted to just talk about a couple of
Some job listings.
for our listeners.
Yeah, like I said, if you need to get back on your feet, a lot of people do. You know, my son got the job listings for you.
I'm gonna keep it short, simple. I got 4 jobs. These are jobs that you gotta pay for. It's a fee for each job, but it's worth it. The first job is correction officer. You just go to nyc.gov and you just apply for the test there. It's $61 and you could apply from April 25th to May 31st. You also got traffic enforcement agent. It's $47 for that fee. It's also April 25th through May 31st. police communication, basically 911 communications, is $57 for that application. From March 6th to the 26th is when you can apply. And also, which is a pretty good job, I'm going to apply for this one, is evidence and property control specialist. Basically, you work in the evidence room, and it's $68 for that application fee. And you can apply on for that March 6th to the 26th, and that's the jobs that I have.
Okay.
Just wanted to quick shout out to those of our listeners asking us about apartments, affordable housing. Just make sure to check out the city's website, nyc.gov/housing connect. Always have listings there throughout the city for any affordable housing projects, developments that you guys are looking for.
Be persistent.
Again, that's nyc.gov/housing connect. Make sure you always have your profile updated so that you don't get caught up getting denied for something that's not
Be persistent. Be persistent.
recent, and make sure you apply to everything because it's tough living out here in New York now.
Yes, it is.
You got to make 100,000 to survive.
That's a
For
fact.
real, that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Especially in Bushwick with all them hipsters coming out here, gentrification, man.
Yeah,
You get a closet for like
We
what?
didn't even interview.
2200
Like,
2200 for a nice little closet studio.
Right.
No mop included.
We're gonna take a short little break,
You gotta say it before you leave today.
and when we be back, we'll be interviewing our next guest, Chelsea Williams, international women's rights